The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and the nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. To I am, to I am, who I am is fine with me.
Great. Yeah, there's a couple of things going on. We're going live on the radio and we're going live on Facebook at the same time. And I'm doing that here by myself. So I'm hoping that everything is coming through. I believe it is. Yes. Okay, so where have you landed? You have landed at What's the Story with Maria. I am Maria. It's Tuesday night. Our show goes live from 9 to 10 on Facebook. Of course, we Facebook Live it, but really this is a radio show, and it goes to Armed Radio, armeddigitalmedia.com, armedradioglobal.com, and if you have your TuneIn app, the way to do it is you have your TuneIn app either on your iPad or your phone. You can just type in Armed Radio, and between 9 and 10 on Tuesdays, you will hear our show. What happens after that? We go, our engineer and producer Jim Bell, he's out in New Hampshire. He puts the show together and pops it onto a podcast, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. So you can find all of our shows. This is episode 158, if you can imagine. Episode 158. We've been doing this for a little over 3 years, and I'm thrilled. And what do? We come to you, and the mission of my show is to showcase my friends. And what kind of friends do I have? Very, very creative ones. So I want to showcase and celebrate creative people, talk about creative people, let people know what they're doing, encourage creative people, and especially during these times. These are really very challenging times. So, and as things have changed in the world, we are shifting and adjusting, and we want to really represent the reality of this business, of the endeavors and the struggles and the challenges and the beauty and the friendships that happen during these times. Our regulars have popped in. Number one, he beat you this week. Number one is Leo Rodriguez, and he is out in California right now. Idlewild, I believe I said that right. He's in California. Chick Magnet has come in. He's in Jersey City. We love Mandar. Mandar, I hope you stayed home today. It was crazy out there. Rena Berge, my beautiful cousin in Massachusetts. Yes, they all know each other. I love it. You should use... okay, so I'll read that later. So it's all you can do everything all at once. Yeah, the thing is, if Leo was here, or if I had like an assistant to help me with all this stuff, but I'm kind of running the show with all the stuff here by myself. Jimmy's in New Hampshire, so he's running that show. So it's a little difficult to run everything at once, but my goal is to, who knows, maybe one of these days we can do everything together. So who do we have replying to, okay, so Cora Gothier, is she in the house too, Rena? I'm seeing that. Leo Rodriguez says, someday. I know, honey bunny. Oh, my God. Jean E. Craigie of Stoneham, Massachusetts. I'm so happy to see you, Jeannie. I know it has been a rough ride this week for a lot of different reasons, and I'm so glad to see you. That makes me happy. All right, so today is August 4th, 2020. Remember that year. Actually, how can you forget it? You know, it's funny. Oh, and my honey is here. Hi, Eugenia Mesa. Hi, honey. She's across the river in Jersey. So, yes, how can you forget 2020? It's a little difficult. I was talking to my neighbor maybe yesterday. We were outside and just talking, and he said, you know what? He's like such a good guy. He's a teacher. And he said, I've kind of like written 2020 off. Like, I've just told myself, I've psyched myself into saying, this is one of those years that I just have to write off. Like, I'm not going to expect anything from it. And I think that that's a really good attitude. It's a good attitude to say, it's kind of an attitude of acceptance, accepting where you are. Okay, here's where I am. What do I have power over, and what do I not have power over? And I'm going to roll with it. There's not much I can do. And I love that he said that, because we were talking about going back to teaching, and if it would be remote or if it would be in person. Some places are doing a hybrid. There's a big discussion. Depending on what state you live at, there's a lot of variables. So we want those of us that are of clear mind, of course, would like children to be safe and teachers to be safe, parents to be happy. Parents need to go back to work, so they need their kids to go back to school, but they also want their kids to be safe and teachers to be safe. So we're keeping our fingers crossed and just hoping for the best. And as teachers, those of us that are teachers, and there's a lot of us out there, we are ready, willing, and able to do what we need to do to help our kids, help our parents. And I just have never seen such a collaborative effort by communities to work together. I really have to say, with all this crazy stuff that's happened, one of the best things that's come of this is that people are really, really, really working together. And, I don't know what's happening in Massachusetts as far as the schools, or I know it's like every day it's up and down. New York, I think they're going to open. But parents have the option to keep their kids home and they can learn remotely, or they're doing a few days in, a few days not. So all that is happening. Now, on top of all this, I actually was with some kids today on Zoom. They're so cute. One of them is in England. My friend Catherine England Johnson's grandson. He's adorable. So he was in the class, and my friend Erica's daughter was. It's just the two of them today. We were. It's a little poetry class, and we just had a wonderful time. And kids they're just so amazing, because they're just come so purely to something. And I just escape when I'm with them. And I was just thinking about how we can all take a page out of kids' book. And let's work together. Jean is saying, the Massachusetts schools are doing a mix. Absolutely. That's what the Jersey schools are doing, half and half, right? Remote, half and half. That is what they're doing, because we don't have enough space to socially distance and get all those kids in there, So I think half the time, I know that people are going to get creative with this, and it's going to be amazing, and it has to be safe. And those states that are being safe, God bless you. I know California has some struggles right now. They may not, I think I heard California is going to be remote until October. They're pushing it a little bit, and that's okay. Oh my God, Kenny Green, I'm so glad you're here, because Michael Billy's calling in. Joshua Bell is calling in, and Mario Davila. So who do I have tonight? I have a great, amazing lineup. It's kind of like a hottie lineup. These are like hot guys. Hot, intelligent, amazing, hardworking, get things done guys. So Michael Billy and Josh Bell are my friends from Pianist Envy. Michael Billy is one of the owners. Josh Bell was the manager there, and we're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about a new media platform that they're starting, which is really, really, really exciting, called Queervolution. So they're going to introduce that so that you know where it is and you know where to find it, and a lot of our content, a lot of this community's content is going to be on it. And actually, I'm excited because they're going to share What's the Story with Maria on their page every week. So I love it. If you want to share my show, I'm all for it. I know Krista Piero every week shares the show, and I can't tell you how much that I appreciate that. A lot of you guys, Mandar, Leo, a lot of people do share the show, and I appreciate it so very much. We just want to get the word out there. And what are we trying to do? This is just about reaching people, and especially now, during this very, very weird, difficult, challenging, and interesting, and very, very, very historic time. I can't downplay, I don't want to downplay that. This, when you read things in books, when you're a kid or you're an adult or whatever, you read history books and you open and you say, in the year blank, 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 something happened, and they talk about events. As a kid, my mind would go to that place, and I would try to put myself in the place of these people historically. What was life like then? Well, we're actually living in those pages right now. And we mustn't take that lightly. We are living in the pages of the history we are writing. And we must, regardless of our feelings about it, and regardless of our fears, we must work together. So, thank you, Leo. Leo is so amazing. Josh, I know you're watching, you and Michael Billy, before you call in. And let me see. That one, because I made the same mistake, Leo. That is an Italian publication. So the one that they started is Queervolution Media, because I did the same thing. This one, believe it or not, is based in Rome. You see, it's written in Italian, senza titolo, means without title. So that is not the one, Leo. So take that one down. I did the same exact thing. We are looking for Queervolution Media, and that is out of Jersey City, right near Mandar's neck of the woods down there. Right near Exchange Place, that's where Pianist Envy was. So, there's a lot of things. I'm giving you a lot of things to think about right now. But, I know Jean and her crew, they made, right out of the gate, they started making masks for people and helping out, being part of the solution. I know there's a great food bank in Stoneham that always needs help. So, go on the Stoneham page, the City of Stoneham's page, and there's places to donate food. In New York, of course, there's so many places to donate food as well. Jersey, really look online and see where the need is, And sometimes what I do is I just go to Costco or BJ's and I buy like a ton of stuff. And from our end, it's not even that expensive. It's just helping out. It could cost us $20, but it's food, and you drop it off at these food banks, and they're so grateful. And other ways you can do it, I know that they have links to Amazon and all that, and those are other ways to do it. I personally prefer to support, even small stores. So Josh is calling in now. Josh Bell, are you there?
Yep, I'm right here. Are you there?
Yes, I am, honey. And keep your voice beautifully at that pace, because I have my AC on, and I don't want it to drown you out. But there was no way to go without AC tonight. It just was impossible.
It's so hot, right? Just give me 1 second. I'm going to call Michael.
Okay, beautiful. So I'll tell everybody who... so Josh...
Are you both there?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay, Leo, that's wonderful.
Okay.
Is Michael there as well?
Yep, I'm right here.
Oh, my God,
Yep,
that's wonderful. So, yeah, Michael, bring your voice up a tiny bit, honey, because we have... we're coming through a phone. We have a 3-way call here. And I have 2 microphones it needs to go to, and I have my AC on. But we can handle it.
Okay.
Yes, great.
We can do that. How's this?
I am
better?
perfect. What you're doing is perfect. So Leo Rodriguez, my accidental assistant, has already posted queervolutionmedia.com. So that is up, and that you can find it.
Yeah, it's the website is actually .co, not .com.
Yep, okay, you're right. I'm reading it wrong. It is .co. Okay, you're right. Thank you, Josh. You're the details guy. So first of all, I want to tell everybody, these guys, when I think of you, my heart gets so warm. These guys, Michael Billy, one of the owners of Pianist Envy, Josh was the manager there, and they hired me last year. I auditioned there, like a bunch of other people, and you guys hired me, and I want to thank you for that, because I
you're welcome.
loved working there. What I want to say, and then I want you to talk. I'll stop talking, but what I want you to know is that how important that was to me, and how you made all of us feel so valued as performers and as human beings. And that is such an amazing quality to have as an owner and as a manager. And I wanted to thank both of you for that. I will never, ever, ever forget that. And I'll always be indebted to you for it. So now, do you guys want to... You can do it any way you like.
Maria, that is just so sweet. That is the sweetest thing in the world.
But it's the truth.
Incredibly sweet, yeah.
It's how I feel.
Maria, I thank you so much, and we love you, and we love your show, and we're so excited to have it on Queervolution Media. That's amazing. But when we first met you, oh my God, I was embarrassed that you even had to audition. it was just a shoo-in. You are incredible to the community, not just as a performer, but what you do in your show and how you reach out and keep so much peace and so much love in your work environment. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh,
it's wonderful.
thank you, honey.
So
I
we'd say the
appreciate
same
that.
about you.
Thank you.
I remember,
Yeah, it was a great match. I really felt it was so easy to come to work and just be part of something so important. And I think what you guys did and what we all helped along with was really bringing people together under one roof, right?
Oh, that was the whole concept of Penis Envy. I mean, what better, even before we opened, look, folks, we opened, I think the first week of December, perhaps.
Yeah.
I know that we were getting furniture in the week of the Thanksgiving. So this happened really quickly, but it really came together because, what better year, what better time than to have a place where people could come together and sing together and eat together and rejoice together, even when they were watching the news and they had the worst day, to be able to come out and sing together. That was the idea behind it. And then coronavirus happened, and that's when we really need a place like Penis Envy.
Yeah, I know. And so you guys opened in December, and in March, I think the last night that I worked in Piano Bar was actually at Brandy's, but it was March 14th. So that was...
Yeah.
So you didn't have... You had a few months.
I think the 18th was the last day, if I'm remembering right, because they had just they had first started having closing all the restaurants down here at 10 o'clock, and then they ended up closing the restaurants and bars entirely on the 18th, on that weekend.
Right.
And I'll never forget, it was Kenny Green who was playing that night. One of our last night was Kenny Green.
Oh
I
my
believe.
God! How much do you love Kenny Green?
And you know what haunts me? What haunts me is that I asked Kenny. Well, there was nobody there. Nobody was at the restaurant. Nobody was at the bar. I said, Kenny, on social media, let's put something out there. And in honor of the coronavirus and what was happening at the time, I just said, how about I Will Survive?
Yeah.
And that was one of the last numbers that we played there at Penis Envy. And,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's
I know. It's the irony of all of it. There's so much.
Yeah.
There's just so much of it. It's like... and it's like... It's funny because it's walking on a... when I think of, that time, it's walking on a tightrope, We didn't know as performers and workers. You didn't know as owners. The audience members didn't know. We were all just literally just flying by the seat of our pants and holding our breath. I remember the day my next door neighbor, who's also a performer and a bartender, came over and he said, I heard a rumor that they're going to close bars. And I said to him, that's ridiculous. That's what I said to him. I said, don't even panic. That's ridiculous. That would never happen. And, it's and everybody was just like, no, that wouldn't happen. And then somebody called and said, I heard they're going to close Broadway for a few weeks. I was like, what? Broadway? So it's been crazy. Now, you guys have had to, sadly, you've had to close Penis Envy for now, right?
For now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for now.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, the community of singers, audience, family, musicians that you created there, it will follow you anywhere. I'm telling you right now, it's a promise. We've all talked about it.
Thank you.
Anywhere you go, we will follow you because you guys are amazing. You really are.
And I just on that, it almost worries me sometimes because you guys have always been so beautifully nice in saying how about the environment and how it was nice and what we tried to create as a space. It makes me wonder what the hell is going on out there for you guys, as far as being mistreated or not respected in the restaurant business or in the performance aspect of it. It's just I get what's out there in the city, and it just makes sense to me that we all treat each other like that and create a healthy, happy work environment. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm the same way. I feel like a happy employee is a productive employee. And I feel like, my dad always had a business, my sister, my cousins. I come from a family of lots of business owners, and they're there 6-7 days a week, and they work there, tirelessly. And I've always come from that place of respecting others. So very familiar to my heart when somebody treats me like family like that. And you guys had that, and I will always be grateful to you, always. And and I even wrote this in the piece that I wrote for you, Josh, and I want to thank you for that. And I'm going to bring that up in a minute. But Joshua called me. I think it was Josh. What day did you call me?
Gosh.
It was like a couple weeks.
The beginning of May. It had to have been the beginning. Like for the original piece, it was the beginning of May. But I think for the Penis Envy piece, it was just a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
That I called you and asked you about it.
Okay, so I remember it distinctly. I was sleeping. I was really, really, really sad, and the phone rang, or I got a text from Joshua. And I thought, oh, he's so sweet. I love Josh. I'll text him back. But I was just in a weird head. And he said, look, I'm trying to get myself motivated to write, and I'm reaching out to other writers. Would you like to write a piece for something I'm starting? And I got to tell you something. I literally got out of bed and made myself some coffee and said to myself, okay, Maria, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Somebody is asking you to create something. And it infused me with hope. I got to tell you that. And that weekend I wrote something, and then you were nice enough to edit it, and I appreciate that. And
it turned out so wonderful.
But I really was super honest with the piece and what I was feeling. You said you wanted people to write about what they felt during the pandemic, and I wrote about the piece. And one of the things I wrote was about the fear of getting older as a performer, and now with this thing happening, that the clock was ticking even more accelerated. And you really helped me unlock that part, and I just really want to thank you for that. And then what I did because that felt so freeing, is that I got a bunch of my women friends together, and we meet on Zoom now on Mondays, and we are all writing pieces.
I love that.
Yes, for healing, and all that kind of stuff. And we talk for about a half an hour. We kibitz. We get everything off our chest, and then we read pieces that we wrote that week. And that's because of you, Josh, because you called me that day. So I want to thank you.
That's I feel so grateful for things like that. When I reached out to you about the quarantine pieces, I was obviously dealing with quarantine just as much as everyone else, and everyone is reacting to it so differently. And those kind of stories are stories that need to be told, because, like you were discussing earlier, this is a time, this is history that people are going through right now. And even though we'll look back at it differently, the experiences that especially the queer community is going through now, and I would even say the black community is going through now, are things that need to be shown and expressed. Yeah. So I tried to reach out to a bunch of different people who would have a different story, and I'm still taking submissions for it. So if anybody wants to submit, feel free.
That's great to know, and I want to add something to that, because I think it's very important. I have friends that are gay and are in law enforcement as well. And, I have always been a person that's kind of in the middle of circles. And because I am someone that, like my mother, I'm a social butterfly, and I like to be around a lot of different people. And I have a lot of great friends that are cops, and I have a lot of great friends that are African American. I have friends that are immigrants. My parents are immigrants. My girlfriend is Cuban. I am someone that loves to be in all communities and be part of it. So, for me, there's so many stories historically in this time that need to be told. I have friends that are people of color that are police officers. It's there's a lot of stories to be told right now. And you really encouraged me to write, and I want to just put it out there that people, I even started a journaling class with kids. It's important now.
Yeah.
Now is the time to write everything down. Just put dates on it, write it down, even if it feels foolish. You don't, whatever age you are, start putting things in a journal. This is history we are part of. So now, if people want to find your platform, how do they find it?
Well, you said you had put the link on there for queerevolutionmedia.co. That's going to be our website.
Okay.
and it'll have a link to the Facebook. I don't actually think I need to put that on there, actually.
Yeah,
but
that's okay.
I'll put a link to the Facebook on there, and they can always either send me a message personally, which you have my name linked, Josh Bell, or they can send us an email at queerevolutionmedia@gmail.com.
Okay, great. And so
And honestly, reach out to me however you can, and I'll be willing to look at what you're writing and potentially publish it.
How cool is that? How cool is that? I mean, I just think it's wonderful. You know, and as you said, you know, content. You guys, like I was looking on your page, and you have great pictures, and you have it's very inspirational. So, and I also remember talking to you guys last week, and you said, you know, allies too. It's not just the gay community. It's our allies, our friends. We are a community of all people and all colors, and we need to come together now more than ever. More than ever.
Yeah, and in Maria, in more ways than ever. You know, it's not just writing that we're doing and pieces, essays on Queer Evolution Media. Yes, we're featuring writers. Yes, we want a diverse group of writers. But just like yourself, you're doing a podcast, a video podcast. We want your video podcast. We want to know about your podcast. We want to know what you're doing out there already that exists for you. That what kind of media are you putting out there for yourself? And what we want to do is have a shared platform and be able to carry you and get your message out there.
That's amazing.
The through line to this, of course, is what you're talking about. We started the Queer and Teen articles because the idea, the driving force between Queer Evolution Media. And remember, Queer Evolution Revolution. There's two words in this. There's three words: queer, revolution, and evolution. And the idea behind the media that we're putting out there is media that's going to help us evolve and move forward as people. And we want healthy, video blogs, and we're going to be putting out yoga, breath work, meditation videos, things that people can really use and utilize in their day-to-day. And we want to give them that for the queer and trans community. We want to be able to have a platform that not only keeps them entertained and tells the story of many diverse people, but also gives them a how-to on living healthy and balanced lives, because we really need as much help as we can get when it comes to that department.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and I think that's beautiful, and you're right. You know, because these are strange times. But even in the best of times, we need each other, and we need places to connect. We need places to learn from each other. And I appreciate that you're going to share my show. It really means a lot. And I also have songs that I've written, like new songs that I've written that I'm going to send to you, Josh. And if it's appropriate, you want to pop that on. One has a video attached, and I'm making a second video to something else. So, if it's something that you think would be good on...
That excites me, Maria.
Yeah. But I've been very... You started it, Josh. You texted me that morning, and it just... A spark went off inside my creative heart. And I'm telling you, I haven't stopped writing since. And I will always remember that you texted me that morning.
I have to tell you, Maria, in the same way, this organization, this media platform came about the same way. I was absolutely depressed, out of my mind. My husband and I moved down the shore. I, was feeling sorry for myself about penis envy. I didn't want to do anything. I'd lost a friend. I'd lost my birth mother just a month before the pandemic.
Crazy, I know.
I'm
sorry.
I was completely out of it, and it was Josh who was reminding me that, hey, we have this media platform we can launch. This is something we can do. This is something we should do. You should answer me, please. I want to do this. And answer me, meaning he's like 5 feet away from me, not on the phone. And I, for a while, I just didn't want to have anything to do with it. But he did. He reminded me that there is so much more to live for, and that so much more to live for is each other. That's what we have to live for, each other. We should be getting up in the morning and putting out media, writing down our experiences to help each other, to give each other an insight into how we're feeling, to let the other person, hey, if you were depressed for 3 months, so was I. I get it.
Absolutely. Well, you see, even hearing you say that makes me feel better. It's just because I love you guys. I love you and I respect you. And you're just great human beings and have great energy. And I think, Well, yeah, you're right. If these guys were down, it was okay for me to be down too. You know, I'm not crazy, or I wasn't having a pity party. I was experiencing something that was very overwhelming to my senses, and so were they. You know, and I thank you. You're right.
Well, absolutely, and you deserve that pity party too. That's where I came to like my to be okay with what happened. Like I stopped judging myself, because as a performer, I think you feel like any moment you spend at home, you're cheating yourself out of a job. What are you doing? You're lazy. You're not being productive. This is your business to run. You're not doing it, and you judge yourself. But
you're so right.
But these are moments that you can take for yourself to say, hey, you know what? The whole world wants you to stop and sit down and have some time to yourself, God damn it, and breathe in and breathe out, lick your wounds, everybody has it, and then write a goddamn good song. You know?
Actually, Josh, I'm going to say I wrote a song that I'm very proud of. It's called Hiding in a Ghost Town. And it's about exactly that. You're going to love it. And I put pictures. What I did was I went out and I took pictures of New York, some of them from the Jersey side, and it was during that whole experience of when it felt like, cause somebody called me and I said, oh my God, I feel like I'm hiding in this ghost town. And that's what it felt like. And I started writing lyrics. Like, I just started writing these lyrics. I sent them to my friend and musical director, Lynn Portis, and we wrote this amazing song and recorded it. So I think you're going to really like it. And I took a ton of pictures. So, you know,
that
stuff like
wonderful.
that. Yeah, you're going to like it. I know you're going to like it. You know?
I love it.
So
it's such a... It was even getting this started, like talking about what you both were talking about, like being in kind of a depressed state, and like me pushing Michael initially. It's like I needed the push from everybody, like later in the summer. Because I originally started this back in May, and it took all the way until August for us to really get it going and really like taking the jump on it. But now it's just going to keep steamrolling ahead at this point, I think.
Yeah, and it's exciting. So you know, I went there today, and I was looking at all, and I'm like, this is so great. So, you know, like, Leo has posted it. Please check it out. People are going to be sending Josh content and Michael Billy content, and they're going to, you know, go through it and post the stuff that, some of the stuff that's appropriate to post. And also, you know, let's keep helping each other. And also, if you folks have people you want me to put on the show, just call me, and I'm happy to do that, you know? So let's help each other out, and thank you for sharing my show. It's going to be amazing to be able to...
Thank you, Maria. We're so proud.
Thank you.
Well, I love you to pieces. I can't wait till we can actually hug. That's going to feel great.
And when we can show up at your place for one of these shows and get some of that food I keep hearing about.
Well, that's the idea. I'm telling you, that's the idea. Usually, I have people in the studio and I cook for everybody. So now I'm just cooking for myself. But okay, I love you guys. It's up there.
Love you too, Maria.
And I will talk to you very soon. And a big hug. And let's just keep going. Let's just keep going.
We will.
Okay, I love you and thank you for sharing my show. I appreciate it. Love you too.
Yeah.
Kisses to you. Bye.
Kisses, bye.
Oh my God, what wonderful guys. Wonderful guys. Michael Billy, owner of Pianist Envy, which is closed right now temporarily. And, you know, we'll see what happens. And then Josh Bell, who was the manager there, and just a wonderful, they're such wonderful, inspiring, appreciative people in the community, and I really love those guys. I love them, and we're going to do great things together. So they're good. They're nice enough to share our show. They said they would do it, you know. So I appreciate it. If you want to share, you know, please, thank you. And we're going to talk about them and share friends and all that stuff. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, because my gorgeous friend Mario Davila, who is the manager at Brandy's Piano Bar. Brandy's, I love Brandy's. Oh my God. Okay, so he's going to call in at 9:40, which is in 4 minutes. What am I going to do now? I'm going to do the section of our show, because Josh was just talking about the food. So I'm going to do the section of our show called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. And look at the beautiful apron I have. If you are cooking at home, go ahead, keep eating. That's our slogan to our food. That's the food section of our show. what have I made tonight? Now, I've been on the keto diet for about 5 weeks because I couldn't fit into my pants after eating like a crazy person during lockdown. But then I lost 10 pounds. So tonight, Mandar, I have given myself, besides we had the hurricane, so there's something about natural disasters that there are no calories. I don't know if you guys know that. My cousin Rena and I talk about this all the time. No calories during hurricanes and all that. So tonight I made myself what I wanted. I kind of wanted Chinese food, but I wanted to cook at home because I like to cook for the show. So what did I make? I made, and I have to read it because I put so many ingredients in this stuff, and then I forget what I put in there. All right, so what did I put in this? This is a mango chili, you heard me, mango chili shrimp. And I marinated it in lemon, garlic, ginger, sesame, chili Thai oil. I have this amazing chili Thai oil that's super, super hot, so you only need a few drops. White wine, shallots. Then I have this amazing thing called mango ginger chutney. You can buy it at Trader Joe's. It comes in a jar. It's just a mango ginger chutney, and I cooked the after I marinated the shrimp and all that. I threw it after I pan-seared the shrimp. Then I threw the chutney in there, and then I cooked up some baby peas. Heat those up, threw those in there, and I poured it over brown and red rice with kale in it. I'm going to put this up to look at how delicious that looks. I can't wait to eat it. So that's what I made myself tonight. Yes, I love to cook. So, okay, what did I make for a salad? I have red leaf lettuce, red peppers. I love red peppers. Do you know as a kid, kids used to go into the cookie jar? I used to sneak into the refrigerator and steal the red peppers, because red peppers are kind of expensive. So I used to take them, cut them in half, pour vinegar in them, salt, and that was my snack as a kid. Italian kids are a little funny with the vegetables. So red peppers, red leaf lettuce. This is celery, red cabbage, which I love, and I'm going to continue on with like an Asian theme. So I'm doing a honey ginger vinegar and a sesame oil. For that's going to be delicious. And yes, Mandar, trick magnet, I have dessert tonight. I'm letting myself have dessert. Carrot cake. My carrot cake from the Dominican bakery up the street, which I love, and it's so good. So this would be zanahoria. Zanahoria is, oh no, that's celery. Oh, is that carrot, Leo? How do you say carrot? Leo, type in carrot cake in Spanish. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. No, that's celery. Never mind. But, okay, so carrot cake. However you say it in Spanish. Carrot cake. All right. Torta di carota in Italian. Okay, let me check on my people, and then Mario's going to call in any second, Mario Davila. So we have, I think my cousin Cora popped on, which makes me so happy. I love my cousin Cora. Amazing hairdresser. Her daughter Nicole, who I adore, just got married to Mike, who we love. So congratulations to Nicole and Mike. We love them. Thank you so much for writing that down. Now let me see. Maybe I'll call Mario. I'm pretty sure he knows. Told him to call in. Oh, here he is. Okay, great. Yay. Hi, Mario. Hold on, babe. I'm putting you on speakerphone. Hold on 1 second. Now my phone is frozen. Stay right there, Mario. Are you there, honey? Oh, hold on. Frozen phones. The other day I said to myself I need a new phone, and then I realized I also need to go to the dentist. So it's either the new phone or the dentist, so I may have to choose the dentist. But let me just call Mario back. Oh, the little COVID dilemmas that we have. Okay, I'm going to call Mario right back. And we're going to go from there. Mario, are you there, honey?
I'm here.
Yay! Okay, bring your voice up just at that level, maybe a little bit more, too, because I have the AC on.
You got it.
So, Mario, first of all, I want to tell everybody, Mario Davila is the manager at Brandy's Piano Bar. Brandy's is 230, is it 235 or 234?
235.
235 East 84th Street between 2nd and 3rd. It's famous. It has been there for 60 years, Mario?
It's been there it's been a bar since the 20s. It was a speakeasy during Prohibition.
Wow.
It's been Brandy's for 40. This is Brandy's 40th year.
Wow.
As a piano bar, and it was like a folk hippie hangout during the 60s and 70s. Actually, the couple of weeks before we shut down, Art Carney's son came in, introduced himself. He was walking around taking pictures. I thought, this guy's, really into this room. And he came up, introduced himself, says, I'm Art Carney's son. I used to play my guitar here and sing here in the 60s. And I thought that was really pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story. It's just a famous place, and I was lucky enough to be one of the people that worked there. I would sub in when a lot of your staff would go on tours, and they would be in shows, and then you were nice enough to call me. So I had the luxury of filling in for lots of amazing people. Now, one thing, I'll ask you to bring your voice up a tiny bit more.
Sure.
Okay, great. Now, Mario, let's talk about, Brandy's is doing a fundraiser. Let's talk about this and get the word out, because Brandy's has been nice enough to have these fundraisers for their staff, which are amazing. But what's happening now is, it's been how many months now since the pandemic? 5?
Yeah, it's been 5 months. The day, I guess the 16th, the city shut down bars on the 16th of March.
And Brandy's was the last place I worked. The last place I worked before everything shut down. And so now, how do you pay the rent if you're not open? You can't pay it.
We're scraping the savings account. It's tough. It's getting tough. We've been good about paying our bills and staying on top of everything, but things are going into the red zone.
Right.
And I saw a comment earlier on your feed about opening on the sidewalk like many restaurants are doing in New York City. First of all, we don't sell food, so we don't have a food license, and under the regulations, the only people that can sell booze are those people selling food as well.
Right.
The little pub up the street is not doing very good business, and the neighbors are complaining about them left and right. And in order to sing, you have to be 12 feet away from anybody.
Which is impossible at Brandy's, because it's a small place.
Intimate.
Yeah.
Small,
well, that's what makes it so wonderful, though.
It does, and we're lucky to have you, Maria. I just want to say that.
Oh,
we're
honey.
lucky when you're there.
I can't. I gotta tell you, I love you guys. I love Jim. I love you. I love everybody that works there. The piano players. I just am like on a high when I work there.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get there, and I'm just on a high the whole shift. And people really listen. The audience really listens, and they're into it. And it's just like a magical place. And so Leo has
so much fun.
And Leo has already posted the fundraiser, the GoFundMe link.
Great.
Now tell everybody what you folks are doing.
So what we're doing is we started doing fundraisers for the staff before when everyone's unemployment checks were stalled and no one could get through to the state, and I was really concerned about the staff, so Jim and I decided let's do a fundraiser. And Jim was insistent. Jim Lazar, who's the owner currently,
amazing.
He was insistent. He said, "Well, this can't be for me at all. It has to go to the staff. Let's support the staff." At that point, we thought, 30 days, 2 months. What's the worst that could happen? But at this point, it's getting bad. So I talked to the staff and I said, "Look, I'd like to suspend the fundraisers for the staff and focus on helping out the bar."
We
and
have
hands
to.
down, everyone was supportive of that decision. So what we're doing is we've invited all of Brandy's extended family. I hope you're signed up. Are you
Yes,
signed up
I'm
yet,
signed
Maria?
up for August 27th. Michael Isaacs is playing that night, and I'm going to come down. I'm going to play with
that's gonna
Michael
be great.
Isaacs. I can't wait.
That'll be a great night. That'll be amazing.
But
So we're reaching it.
In the meantime, you have a lot of things coming up. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've got people from Brandy's, from our extended family, from our historical family, people who worked 10 years ago are going to join us, and we're having guest stars come in. It's going to be amazing. We're kicking off. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and it goes live on your Facebook page. Is that correct?
Live on our Facebook page. There's a YouTube link as well.
Okay.
And
And we are live streaming from the bar. There's going to be about 5 of us in the bar, all wearing masks, all socially distant. If you watch, we're wiping down, spraying down that microphone between each performance.
Yep.
We're being very careful because we'd like to, everyone's a professional performer. We've got to keep our folks healthy.
Right.
And then we're having about 4 or 5 people also link in, and they'll be at their homes, or they'll be at 2 different homes doing duets. And,
Okay.
And we're feeding that all into a live show, but it should be a lot of fun. We've gotten great response in the past, and I'm just hoping we can continue that.
We have to save Brandy's, folks.
Yeah.
We have to save Brandy's. There's just no way. I don't know what I would do if Brandy's. It's just the greatest place, and it's such a fun, amazing, historic little bar that we all have to pitch in.
Yeah, and Maria, I just want to point out that we could not have done this without John Bronston and Jen Pace spearheading this, and John's wonderful husband, Frank Zahn, who is our tech guru that we're relying on. They're just doing an amazing job. They've done a great job for us, and when we said we'd like to do this, there was no question, absolutely no question. They were in 100%.
Yeah, I know. Oh my, they're like angels, and I agree.
Yeah.
And that, so this is going to be great. So the first one is this Thursday, right, Mario?
Right. Yep. This Thursday, 7 o'clock, on our Facebook page, YouTube.
Okay, so people can watch these great live performances, and some of them will be zoomed in, and some of them will actually be happening at Brandy's, socially distanced. And and you can watch the amazing staff at Brandy's, and hopefully, I know it's a tough time for everybody, but if you can pitch in and help, and that way we can keep Brandy's, we can help them pay their rent and pay for their all that stuff, so that when we do all reopen, hopefully, then we can go back to, we have a place to go back to,
Yeah, absolutely.
Now,
it's an important place.
Yeah, oh my God.
It's a really important place. What has always floored me about Brandy's, and I've been doing corporate for 20 years before I started at Brandy's, is it's really a home for people. I mean, we've got staff that's been there for 20, 30 years. They're literally over 30 years, some of the staff.
I know.
They go off for years at a time to do a show, but they're always welcome back, and their shifts are always are available to them.
That is something that you do that I don't know many places that do that. Like, I don't mean piano bar. I mean any restaurant, any job. If you work at Brandy's and you go off to do a tour or show, whatever, when you come back, your shift is there. And I always thought it was amazing because, as I said, I'm one of the people that fills in when people go and do shows. But right now, there's no shows for them to even go and do. So, we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to help each other out. But right now, if we don't save Brandy's, none of us have anywhere to go. So, in the meantime, Mario, can they don't have to wait till Thursday. They can go to Brandy's anytime to that page.
Yeah, there's the Broadway World. I'm just checking. There's a GoFundMe page. I didn't see the link there.
Yeah, Leo put it up there. I think it's connected to your the Broadway. Yeah, the Broadway World. Yes.
Yeah, and if you just go to the GoFundMe and type in support Brandy's, apostrophe S.
Okay.
Otherwise you'll get something else. Then it'll come up. Just look for that little pink bird, and that's our page.
Yeah, I know. It's great. And so this Thursday is the first one, and then what are you doing, like every other Thursday?
No, we're doing every Thursday. And we'll see about going through September and October, and as long as we need to.
Okay, great. So every Thursday, starting this Thursday, which is the 7th, I believe, from 7 to what, 9?
7 to 9. It may go over a bit, but
okay.
We're having fun.
You can go to the Brandy's page and you can watch these amazing performers, and I'm very excited. I'll be one of the performers on August 27th with Michael Isaacs,
Wonderful.
my love.
Wonderful.
So we're going to have a great time. And Mario, when I see you, I'm bringing you a mug because I know you really want a mug, and I'm going to give you a What's the Story with Maria mug, and I'm making Jim some tomato sauce.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm going to cook up a storm.
When this is done, I want to cook with you.
I would love that. Well, listen, when this is done, I'm going to have a huge party.
Great.
That's all there is to it. And we'll all cook
I'm
together.
there.
And then John Bronson
there.
can make a delicious cake because he's an amazing baker, you know.
He is. And if you don't know this about Maria, if you're working a shift with Maria, she brings snacks.
That's right. Thank you for
And she
remembering me.
shares.
You know why? Because I'm a fatty and I need snacks. So, but I'm a good sharer too. So,
Great.
thanks, honey. I love you very much. And
I love you. Thank you for this. Thank you for supporting the bar.
oh my God, I love, love, love Brandy's. I can't tell you enough how much I love Brandy's. And then please tell Jim I said the same thing. And I'll see you guys on the 27th.
Great. Love
Okay.
you.
Love you, honey. Talk to you soon. Mario Davila. Okay, so let me put faces to these beautiful people. Okay, so this is Mario. If you've been to Brandy's, you've seen Mario. He's so handsome and so nice and so grounded. You know, like some people, I remember one night, this is like a typical Mario story. One night, Mario's the kind of manager that stays out of your way, but if he sees you need him, he will just be right there. So, you know, sometimes you get in the weeds and then Mario will come in and help you, and then he just goes about his business and lets you do your thing, and then you're up singing, and then Mario will come behind the bar and help. He's lovely. He's like the perfect manager. Now, one night, it was a really crazy night, and Mario had left, and it was me and David Foley Jr., and I want to say it was Nate Bucieri on the piano. So Mario finally leaves because it's crazy busy, and he's gone 5 minutes. And we go to in the bar. You have this thing called the gun, which is the sodas. It's a soda gun, so it's like compressed. All this like the gas tank, and then you know the sodas, the syrups come through it. So I'm going to use the thing, and it literally explodes. It explodes. And I'm screaming for David. The thing is squirting everywhere. And so I'm holding on to that, and I knew I had to call Mario. So I literally am calling Mario, and I call him, and he said, oh my God, I'll be right back. And he came back, and he's always dressed really well. Mario always dresses really nicely. And don't you know, thank God Mario came back, and he fixed that soda gun. And was there like another hour into like to 2 in the morning, and then he left. So Mario, thank you. He's that kind of manager. I love him. So that's Mario Davila. And let me just show you my beautiful boys that called in earlier. I was going to hold this up while they were talking, but I couldn't hold the phone and do it. So this is Michael Billy. He is the owner of Pianist Envy. He's a beautiful guy. And so if you've seen him around town, that's Michael Billy. You know who he is. So, you know, a lot of things can happen. And this is Josh Bell. He is a beautiful guy. Love Josh. And he was our manager. And so these guys, Michael Billy and Josh, have started queervolutionmedia.com. So go check out their page. They're going to share our show every week as well. And I really appreciate that. And then songs that if I want to send songs or whatever. And this is Mario. He is the manager at Brandy's. You will see Mario when you go to Brandy's. And please, starting this Thursday at 7 o'clock, go to the Brandy's Facebook page, and you're going to see so many amazing performers. I was watching a lot of the other, because they've done other fundraisers, and like Mario was saying, it was for the staff. And this one, now we have to give back to Brandy's. It just has to be that way. So let's, you're sitting at home, you're hanging out, you're having your dinner, you get to watch a bunch of great performers. And, if you were out and having some drinks, it would, you'd be spending about $20, $40, whatever you'd be spending. So, and tipping your staff. So this way, you from the privacy of your home, you can enjoy, you can be in your PJs, whatever you want. And, go to the GoFundMe page and help them out. They're just the most lovely people. So there's a lot of great humans out there doing great things. And, as a performer, I know other performers feel the same way. Where would we be without these venues? Where would we be without these incredible people with vision, these hardworking people that night after night give us a place to be? And there's a lot to be said for the piano bars of New York City. And Jersey City, because Pianist Envy was in Jersey City. And that's what I'm so upset about it, because we had really... the place was packed, and we had all these amazing Jersey City people that, and the view was beautiful because it was an exchange place. You could see World Trade Center and the Freedom Tower. So, you know, look, we're all in this holding pattern, but that doesn't mean that we have to freeze our hearts. Your heart is still beating. Your eyes are still open. We can connect to each other. Let's support each other. And, you know, music is a beautiful way to do it. Like, so let's keep doing that, you know. So thank you, everybody, for calling in tonight. I love you guys. All right, so, again, if you haven't seen the merchandise, I do have What's the Story with Maria merchandise. And this is the tote bag. It's actually really, really nice material. And then on the back it says, go ahead, keep eating. So you want to go food shopping, here's your, you want to put something in it. And it's washable. That's the best part of it. It washes, and actually it's really soft. So that's $10. The mug, Mario, one of these has your name on it. I'm bringing it to you when I come down. This is the What's the Story with Maria mug. On the back, go ahead, keep eating. He and Leo designed these. So there's your What's the Story with Maria mug. And then this is the most popular of all. That's 10 as well. And this one is 25. It's the apron, but it is really the one that sells out the most. So if you want a What's the Story with Maria apron, tote bag, or a mug, you can go to, there's okay, Jimmy, I think we have 1 minute left. Okay. So I want to thank Jim Bell of Armed Radio. I want to thank Joe Rocks of Armed Radio. Those guys make sure we get on the radio every week. Thank you for helping me out, everybody, for coming on the show. Mario Davila from Brandy's, Michael Billy, and Josh Bell from Pianist Envy and QueerEvolutionMedia.co.company. We love you. We appreciate you. And all our regulars that come week after week, where would we be without you? Carry on the good work we are doing. I'll see you guys next week.